Howdy of you delicious people. Today I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good because I feel like I've accomplished a lot. Feel like I've accomplished a lot today. Yeah. A lot of reviews going out that are pre-recorded today. So if you see these things here or you see me in a black shirt for quite a few videos, probably not, because probably not everything is all going to go out at the same day, or there's going to be just quite a bit of times where I'm going to transition and kind of do like different day pre-recorded like stuff that's going to go out. But yeah, um, did a lot of videos of that today. Probably when breaking it down, it probably won't seem like a lot, but uh, I had gotten some movies that are definitely going uh, to be future movie reviews because it kind of fits the time period or the time of the year. Um, but also I had gotten some show reviews done. I've kind of been sitting on a show review for a day or two now, which I do have to here soon get that out. So God, there's so much to like. I try to want to stall as much as possible to not have to get like a lot of stuff all out on one day. Like I'm trying to stall that as much as possible and to try to keep with putting out two videos just every day. So I'm trying not to do more than that. Uh, Plus, I also want some videos for cold storage, or I just ultimately want to just like I think what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to do a ton of videos so that ultimately I can really get to a point where I can take one entire day to backlog on some thumbnails that I still want to get into because ultimately I'm narrowing some videos down more than I'm trying to still take out and get rid of because I have to. But I'm kind of uh, also very much like I'm just burning the candle at both ends because I'm trying to get as much just Donatello. Um, like I'm really burning the candle at both ends because not only am I trying as much as possible to uh, kind of like scratch the surface of fixing every thumbnail, changing the thumbnails to look different. Uh, that I'm also trying as much as crazily possible to do like 4 to 5 videos a day so I can kind of backlog. Uh, so I can just go, okay, I can finally take one day and just use pre recorded footage and then just either spend an entire day fixing some stuff or removing things. Um, and yeah, so a lot of stuff is probably going to be pre-recorded. I think even the last video of this was pre-recorded, so and that was eventually just plopped out on a day where it was like the day I think after I recorded it. So uh, ultimately, you can guys can kind of figure out and connect which day was which stuff, which ultimately was certain sunglasses or certain shirts or something like that. You could probably figure that out. But so yeah, I guess that's the new hip game to figure out how many freaking videos I did one day. But yeah, I'm having fun. It's just like like sometimes it really feels like whew man I'm exhausted. Uh, or a lot of times like there was a lot of videos where I was just like I was crashing a lot of times, but um, there's some stuff where I just like there are certain better times where I've kind of uh better figured out like what I want to accomplish for one day and but then I immediately just realize, oh, well, there's this thing that comes up, or I want to get back to that, and yeah, it just like it just becomes like, hey, instead of just doing 2 videos, like now I'm gonna try to do not only those 2 videos, but I'm also gonna try to do like 3 other videos to, yeah, and it's just like it kind of is a very interesting day every day to to kind of see where everything ends up going. Come on, beat it now, beat it now this time, please. Oh my god. Wow. The episode that I struggled through so viciously, the last episode, I now just take it to bat 2 times and then I beat it. Great. Because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go through an entire episode where I'm trying to beat one level for 12 hours. But luckily, we didn't go through that. Good. Good. But yeah, so I probably mentioned this. But yeah, I think ultimately now I'm trying to kind of considering Halloweeny, Halloween. I apologize if I said something inappropriate there. Um, Halloween is coming up. So ultimately, I'm just kind of spammingly reviewing a lot of kind of like supernatural ish like horror films. uh, I say that they're kind of horror films, but I think I'm kind of taking the lighter approach to a lot of them. I'm not. I think right now there's not a real movie that is really too like, oh my god, I'm gonna have jump scares all the time, and it's gonna be a horribly scary movie, because I don't think I ever really go into those kinds of movies. Um, I think maybe to me maybe it the remake, it and it chapter 2 is maybe the ballparkingly scare wise maybe the scariest things that I probably like seen on the channel, just because of how kind of uncomfortable or unsettling those movies really got to to be. But everything else is just kind of like, it needs to be a movie that much more intrigues me than does like like I've seen a lot of horror movies where I honestly do not like the way they scare people, because I think it's cheesy. I think it's lame. Um, so yeah, for me, when going into a horror film, like it needs to tickle my brain bone. Uh, other than just be like, oh, I'm gonna oh my god, oh my god, this is so scary. I'm so scared while watching this movie. I think I'm gonna turn away and not watch this because it's so scary. No, like I need to get something out of the movie. um I really do. So I just need to enjoy the experience. um Plus, like, I don't, it's not like I'm avoiding like actually watching a movie that's gonna scare the crap out of me. Like, I just really haven't, like, I saw the movie Insidious, and I guess that movie is quasi there, but really when going into it, like, I don't know, I just need a movie that is not just gonna be a 24/7 jump fest. uh like, I think like me and my sister, we went to theaters to see the movie Grudge, when it was the Sarah Michelle Gellar movie Grudge, not the thing that came later. um we went and saw that, and man, like, I was like kind of like scared while watching that. I was like, man, like this movie was like, like consistently trying to like I knew what was coming. So when I knew what was coming, like it kind of like I kind of like was like, yeah, there's gonna be something coming out of this bath. Yeah, there's gonna be something once this girl like opens this thing up. There's something gonna happen here. Like so, ultimately, I wasn't like too overwhelmingly scared. But again, that movie, whew, man, that movie is freaking scary. But still, like for me, I was just like, it gets to the point where you've seen too many of these movies and so you're kind of expecting points of when, okay, this is the scary moment, be prepared for it so you don't get scared anymore. Like I would actually like scary moments to happen out of nowhere because reasonably that would be actually great. That would actually be great for me. Scary moments to happen out of nowhere because a lot of times you're expecting a someone to grab you on the shoulder portion of movie. You're expecting a lot of stuff in horror films. Like it's they're really not trying to, oh my god, another one of these. Oh my god, I am probably gonna lose this one, or it's gonna take me forever to beat it. Great. So, but yeah, to me, it's just, and ideally too, like movie reviews, like you really gotta find some movie review for people to be intrigued about. So, if I'm gonna go into a movie that like is gonna like scare me to all get out, and then nobody watches the review, like, man, that sucks. Cause like, man, this was like a really, truly, legitimately scary movie, and I watched it, and then nobody cared. It's like, oh, that sucks. But like, then I could still have that experience of just me ultimately having that fun moment. Um, like I think, The Exorcist or the Thing reviews were just like, you know what, like I wasn't going into this to do a review. I was going into this to finally just um see this movie, and that's all that mattered. I wasn't looking into it for the patting of backs of other people or saying, "Yeah, you watch this movie" or whatever. No, like I was doing it for me. I was doing it for the fun of me, and I think that really just came off as just like I'm not, like it was just a notch in a belt of my personal of me personally, and like I guess I might as well review it because I saw it. Because I really finally wanted to watch these movies and probably, yeah, be terrified or be scared or be just like, wow, this movie was effing creepy. And really, I think for The Exorcist, I was like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that like I didn't expect in that movie, and I was like, but like it's like, yeah, I really was like, wow, interesting film. The Thing was just like, I'd seen so many snidbits of it, then when finally actually watching the film, and I was like, wow, like a lot of interesting things about this movie, but God, there's there's a lot of gruesome visuals, and I think the Thing remake that came after tried to like do a lot of unexpected for you to not unexpect when things are coming, and so I appreciated that movie for doing that. Kind of unexpected, just crazy things coming at you. That was unexpected scary, and I appreciated that movie for that because I'm like, heck yeah, like great, a movie that like doesn't take the easy things that you've seen and heard a million times over, and great, a new movie for me. Um, yeah, that's why I think it's so hard. I think it's easy for me to do a movie that no one has heard of rather than do a movie that everyone has heard of. Um, just because fight to I fight to avoid mainstream stuff, which is stupid for me to do. Just because for the aspect of like mainstream stuff is more popular, but I think for the longest time I've been fighting to get away and walk away from mainstream stuff and try to do movies no one's heard of. Movies that I love that no one has ever heard of because I found them fun. I found them to just be um, different. And I don't know if I've ever kind of done a probably video where I've probably said this. I probably have, but when looking at it, there's probably tons and tons of videos that are being uh, butchered, deleted, and whatever. So I guess probably everything that I'd probably say at this point is probably brand new. And plus, there's a lot of subscribers, which thank you everybody for chipping into the channel. Thanks for being here. Um, but yeah, I think at some point, like I did a video ultimately just going in, like, let's talk about it, horror. I think that video still exists. hopefully, hopefully I'm not talking about a video that doesn't exist. But yeah, there was a lot of times where I randomly talked about uh, first person shooters and Halloween and horror. I don't know if those still exist, but or if they don't exist at some point, then because they probably won't get views at some point. But because who cares about me talking about Halloween or horror or whatever? But uh, I actually really loved that video where it's just me talking about horror because like horror, the film genre. Because immediately like I like I think we all have to kind of make fun of that genre and like make fun of especially the early movies, but like I'm spending a whole entire video with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles talking about Halloween movies, but I probably should have done this in an entire video, but you always gonna have something to talk about on some videos, so might as well talk about this. Talk about like, cause it's around that time of year, and ultimately, if people watch this during October, which probably maybe eventually at some point this will start to churn or earn interest at some point. Probably not during October, and I'm like, dude, he was talking about October stuff the entire time. Didn't he realize that people are probably gonna be watching this in January or February or any other time of the year? Why was he talking about horror movies the entire time? But yeah, just whatever comes to mind, I'm just freaking just bowing out and talking about. Kind of interested, I think at some point, because I haven't done any like real like community posts. Like I think I want to ask probably like I think at some point I should probably ask like the people like subscribe to the channel. It's like, hey, since it's October time. Oh my god! Wow, did I easily beat that level? Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Like I was like, oh my god, here's the level that I'm going to lose. So I might as well just like, just not even think about it and just play the level and probably lose. Um, luckily enough, I didn't. So, but what was I saying? Um, lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, community posts. Yeah, I think at some point I want to like I should probably do. like more like posts or like ask people, um like especially considering it's October, it's Halloween, like if anybody, especially some people that are doing YouTube channels, but anything like, I'm kind of curious what if people are watching any Halloween genre like movies or anything like that, kind of gearing up, or maybe a lot of people are avoiding it because reasonably they can't actually go and do anything because of what's kind of going on in the world still months later, which will probably affect probably the next 2 years from now still. Well, probably beyond that, but still, it's a shame. But at least we can still, if we can't do certain things, then at least we can still try to come up with new traditions, come up with uh different things to do. Like if we're stuck at home, like we're stuck here at home, we might as well like have fun with it. Like try to sit at home and make a movie marathon your thing to do, or ultimately have your variation of a Halloween party at some sort, because that's all you can do. Uh, if anything, there's probably so many events, so much stuff that usually happens during a certain time of the year that now you can no longer do. So you're just kind of stuck with like, okay, well now I can't do any of this anymore. So now I guess I just stay at home and just watch other people do these kinds of things uh, on in a movie because I can't actually do them. Or if you have home videos, or there's a lot of people that, of course, have all kinds of different technical stuff that they've done. You can reflect on past years where you did this when you were younger, and home videos and stuff like that. So if you can't live it, then watch it, I guess. It's like, no, I want to be, I'm an active person. Like it's like, sorry. It's like the world has changed, and so it sucks. It sucks. It does. It is what it is. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching this. You don't have to. You don't have to. Like, let me know what your like Halloween traditions were. Like, not saying that you have to like mention if you're a person that only watches like uh Halloween movies during October. Like, no, if whatever you're doing, like whatever you would do during this time of year, and you probably won't be able to do it this year, or whatever. Again, it doesn't have to be uh like if you went trick or treating, then that's what you did. If and this is your first year not being able to do that. If you go to a certain neighbor's party and they're not going to do that this year, then that sucks. But or maybe let us know in the comments below what your plan is for this year, what you're going to do, what your if you have plans, or are you just winging it out. Crap, crap. Ugh. You know what? I wish in this game you could channel where your attacks are going. Like you could kind of really I really wish that you could channel like, especially if there's certain characters that you want to take out first. Like I wish you could do that, because again, like you're basically like all you're doing is just waiting for the power up moves. Like that's all you're doing. That's what kind of is just like about this game because I would like to channel where the attacks are going because if I could, then like I would not be left with certain characters at the very end of this that I know are going to take forever to beat. Um, but I guess it would probably be really difficult to do that because reasonably, you would have to figure out how to like which turtle that is attacking is going to get to certain characters. So yeah, it would probably be a whole process. Gosh darn it. But yeah, it's been such a long time since I've done like really anything during Halloween time. Uh, I remember I think like I would just usually work during Halloween, and normally during work I would ask them, "Hey, can we like dress up in costumes if we're going to work?" Because like that would be the one fun thing that I would do is just go to work and just like dress up as whatever, and just kind of like be working and doing that because it's just like that's all I had was just like yeah like hey I'm forcibly working on Halloween because like everybody of course really wanted it off, um and rightfully so because everybody probably had like parties to do or everybody just like you know what I just want to be at home and just and hand out candy or whatever because some of the guys that I worked with some of them were either like much younger than, or not much younger, were few years younger than I, few of the years younger than I, or because a lot of them are like 19, 20, somewhere in there, and I was a little bit older than that. I don't remember, maybe like 25, somewhere in there. No, it was probably yeah, it was probably like 25, somewhere in there. I don't remember. Life becomes a blur at some point. Um, being honest. And then there's like much older guys that were like 50s and 60s and stuff like that. So, or some uh, this and that. So, like either like a lot of the young guys wanted to go to some Halloween party somewhere, or a lot of uh, the older guys wanted to like uh, be at their home and give kids candy and whatever. And so it's like okay, well I'll just be at work. Like, dude, I don't have anything going on. It's like, dude, uh I haven't gone to any parties and I don't know how long. Um, like I think I God, I hope this doesn't become like a. I'm probably gonna try this a couple times and then probably we're probably gonna call it a wrap if I can't finish this level. Um, but yeah, I think it was like really and truly I was like 11, and I think I stopped like 11 or 12. I stopped like trick or treating. Um, and then I think at some point I like just kind of did it one year, and then I just kind of like like I just stopped. So really, wow. It's gonna be one of those levels. It's gonna be another one of those kinds of levels where it's just gonna like no, you're gonna like, and I have an 85 level Michelangelo, and still it's one of those kinds of days. It's kind of one of those kinds of levels, if you know what I mean. Jelly bean. But again, you have certain characters that tend to die fastly and frequently, and yeah, maybe I just haven't found the right team synergies. Like probably for some people that might have played this game, maybe they found better team synergies. I don't know. I've just been breaking out the turtles because that's what I like doing, and then on top of that, like I would want to eventually trade out, but a lot of the characters aren't exactly on the same level as everybody else. So yeah, maybe I can take out. They're gonna take out Splinter. Okay, so we're gonna take out Splinter. Let's put in April. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Immediately, I'm thinking April is going to kick the bucket. But worse things could happen. I think worse things are going to happen. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on, come on. Things could happen here. Things could happen. It could happen to me. I've made up this life to just go wee. Please do not let it be April. It's gonna be the last one. No. Oh my gosh, no. I think I was kind of close to getting those two down though. Mmm. Just so interestingly frustrating. Oh, come on. Come on. By the way, I'm also trying as much as possible to beef up these three characters in the very end here, the Napoleon, Baxter, and Leatherhead, because again, they're used for another function of this game that I didn't realize. But yeah, starting to understand that basically it's probably really good to have every single one of these characters kind of in the same level as everybody else. But I love Mikey. I love Michelangelo. So basically, I want him higher than everybody. And because he's my favorite. So ultimately, to me, it's like, ultimately, probably for me, I should have really went out of my way to keep these characters at all an even pace, and I shouldn't have ranked up Michelangelo so hard. But it's not my fault that I like certain characters. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Why does this have to do this every single time? And it's always a different character that ends up at the very end. Uh so it seems like five levels up makes no difference. You could be level 50, you could be level 55, no difference. You can get the exact same amount of stuff done whether you're level 50 or 55. Uh I bet there's probably no difference between level 50 and level 60. I bet there's no difference. There's no difference. What kind of garbage is that game? So, reasonably, if you want to level somebody up, you might as well level them up like 20 levels to maybe see if that will be different. But then again, like, you would think, considering like Michelangelo is level 85, you would think he would always end up being the very last turtle every single mission. But no, he's usually the one that gets out uh like before Donnie, Leonardo, then it's him, then it's usually Raphael, And then like the fifth person is usually like either out right away or just kind of barely scraping by towards the very bottom. Um, but yeah, so let's get Slash in there. Let's get that Slash. By the way, yeah, consistent. I guess I should mention this, but I really just don't care because recently they're technically viewing the channel, and technically they're leaving comments and such. So I guess technically I shouldn't care about this, but I'll bring it up anyways. Um, Having frequent times where ultimately there would be some people leaving comments and or whatever. I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm kind of really like worried that at some point, like I feel like I've accumulated just a channel of bots at some point, and where there's not like really real people that had subscribed to the channel. Like I'm worried about that. Um, but if anything, I'm just gonna keep treating everything like it's normal. But if anything, I felt like I've gone through and had some stuff like commenting lately where like I'll respond back to, and there's it's always the same 4 to 5 answers, and so immediately I'm like assuming in my head it's like, oh well, this must be a bot or a spamming thing, which ultimately is just like meh. I don't really care because ultimately it's just another comment added on the channel, so that's great, but it's like if anything, it's just the whole fact of just like, well, this doesn't really feel like this doesn't really feel like an actual view when it comes down to it. But I'm like, whatever. It's like comment away, whoever you are, or whatever this is, because it helps out the video, I guess. So I guess I shouldn't complain about it because it's just really consistently keep helping out the channel. So that's great. Whatever you are, thanks for helping out the channel. Yes. Sweet, delicious victory. All right. All right. I think I'm going to call that one a wrap because I got to that point of beating that. And I think at some point this is probably going to do bump bump and tell me that storage is low and that ultimately I should go. So I'm going to try as much as possible to cut that part out before or get uh, get to that point before it comes. So I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully, you guys liked some of the videos that are coming out today, besides this one. Or, yeah, it seemed like it was great that all of a sudden people started to watch the Ghost Rider review. That was fun. Like, that was great to ultimately talk about that movie and talk about how odd it was to come back to that one. I'm recently reviewing the Wesley Snipes movie Blade, and that was, if anything, that was fun to watch again because it was such a long time ago since I watched it. So, uh, watching the movie Blade, that's going to be a review that's going to come out. The newer ish Pet Cemetery movie. I reviewed that along with another movie that I'm drawing blanks on because it's very end of day. But I did two movies in one video, so you guys are gonna probably see a probably an hour plus review coming out of two movies. Ultimately, I have kind of several different show reviews coming out as well. The Boys episode 7, I reviewed that today. It's gonna go out. I have reviews that I have to do finishing up the show Utopia. I have one that's been kind of sitting, and I don't know, I feel very uneasy about that review. Um, I don't know. I kind of feel overall uneasy about Utopia just because it's just a show that I don't quite understand. So I'm reviewing a show I don't understand. So hopefully people get something out of it, maybe like it, anyways. But that eventually is gonna forcibly come out. And then I'm gonna rewatch. I think the last episode or two, and then get all those reviews out and finished and done. And so that way, I don't know if I'm gonna go into season two, but yeah, just kind of finish the show up. Because man, that the way this season ends and just the overall way that this show went about doing, I don't know if I'm interested in season two. Uh, but I don't know. We'll have to see how the reviews go. So, anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.